So Kyle is out of town in Boston. Kyle literally never takes trips or does anything like that. So his brother-in-law asked him to go see the Titans play in Boston. I said yes, which is why I begin this vlog telling you it's Saturday morning and I'm by myself with these boys, which I know a lot of moms do this. I give you a round of applause because it ain't easy. It is now just before 6. I had to get up now, which I do a lot of mornings when I need to get a lot done, because I have to take this dog out back while the babies are sleeping in here, watching them on a Nanit on my phone. Oh, these problems don't seem that bad now that I say them out loud. I made these muffins from the Weight Watchers book, and they're so amazing. They're like 3 points a muffin. It's like a ripe banana, some chocolate chips, different stuff, so I'm gonna eat one of these. Am I the only person who is still using a Keurig? Sometimes I just like to go back to the Keurig. Let there be light. This is a big part of my day now. Of course, they're waking up. Okay. As you can see, Shepherd is sleeping. He's in a sleep sack now because he's a big boy. So this is called a Nanit, and I love this because it's on your phone. And both boys are sleeping like 12 hours, or almost 12 hours. But then another thing on my phone, of course I'm doing Weight Watchers, so I just need to know how much this 1% milk is. Did I scan the wrong day? Hit this barcode thing. 4 points for 1 cup. I'm just gonna use like a quarter of a cup, so it'll be like 1 point. I just added a little bit of honey into the milk. Kyle's been doing that lately and I've been intrigued by it. You know, you hear it from a lot of people, but I think it's really important, whether you're by yourself in the morning or not, to wake up before your children. This actually looks good. Oh, here, I'm using my frother that I usually do. Y'all remember when I used to make the fancy lattes? Now that is a real delight. I feel the most prepared and like I get the most done when I wake up. I make a plan. I have my mind clear and ready before I start the day. And like I said, I really want to get a lot done. I've only got about 4 hours that I have someone here to kind of help me while I'm doing this. I've got to take this dog out or else I'm about to be on defense because both these babies are about to be up. Come on. Go outside. Come on. If everyone cooperates in this house, except for this dog, we're gonna be okay. It's chilly, but I will say something about the brisk air just wakes you up. Doug likes gourmet cheese as a treat. Don't tell me that that's bad. He did look a little heavy in that shot a while ago, but that was just because I was holding him a certain way. He is large, but not that large. You want some cheese? This has kind of turned into a little bit of a morning routine. I will say something that I do in the mornings. I know some people, this is not good for their mind, but for me and doing Weight Watchers the next few months, I need to do it because I have to keep track. So I like to weigh myself in the morning and track it on my app. I know that, you know, weighing yourself every day, that's something that, like I said, a lot of people don't want to do. However, for me, it doesn't throw me off if I go up or down a little bit. It just really kind of keeps me accountable. All right, so here it is. It's called the Digital Body Analyzer. Like I said, I've showed this before, but okay, I think this is one of my sitters weights because she uses it too. So basically, like when you go to set it, you can do all these different people on there. So you can do your height, someone else's height. I'm not that tall, but, and then you go through, you find the person, make sure that it's like athletic build or not, male, female, you do your height, your weight. I stepped on it and you can see body fat, you can see muscle mass, you can see bone density, so many different things. Water weight, which is something that really helped me. I just drank a lot of water and I've got clothes on, but all of those numbers though, they're extremely accurate, especially like when you wake up in the morning you use the bathroom and you weigh like in your bra and underwear, you're gonna get a really accurate read on those types of things. And for me, it's just important to know, because as I'm starting my health journey back, it's not about the weight, which is why I don't care to like step on a scale. It's whatever. A weight is what a weight is. It doesn't really throw me off. And sometimes I miss a few days and stuff like that, and it's not a big deal, but I just needed to like stay on track and make sure that what I'm doing is working. And I start exercising whenever I get back on track. This first week of January, it's just been a little bit tough, but I have gone a couple times and it feels so good to get back in the gym. It like literally takes the life out of me in the beginning just because it's so hard to get started again. But I like seeing my muscle mass, because obviously the more muscle you have, the more that's going to help your metabolism and your resting metabolic rate and all that stuff. So sometimes the number on the scale doesn't reflect that, but this scale, because it's going to analyze everything, it's really going to help with that. You can get 60% off of this scale, and I'm going to put it below in the description. The code is MALFIT. So if you got it 2 years ago, you know it's the same code. But in my description box, I'll put the link, and you guys can click that and enter the code MALFIT. You can get 60% off. So it's a really good price on that scale. And honestly, to assess all of those things and the price that it would take to get all of those things checked somewhere else, it would be high. So I just recommend that. It's part of my journey. So now I'm gonna make Ford breakfast. He really likes to help make breakfast, and he's already up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of set it out and prep it. Just set out the eggs and a little bit of cheese and the waffles, and then I'll let him help me put it together. I'm texting Kyle right now. Oh, they're both up. Okay, let's FaceTime him. Hello, good morning. I'm about ready to go get one wild man out of the bed. Yeah, I got a song to sing for him. All right, since Ford's not rip-roaring just yet, I'm gonna make myself a couple eggs scrambled with some pico. Pico is 0 points because it's all vegetables, and eggs are 2 points each on the green plan. Ah. So, this is the lifestyle of a busy mom. Trying to meditate, and there's a baby screaming in the background, so I gotta go get the baby. Hashtag no time. Say good morning. And now the next baby is up. So just because I tell you what's really going on, I just turned on the TV for Ford, because if you know how to breastfeed a child while also playing on the floor with actual toys instead of a screen at the same time, let me know, because I'd love to know how to do that. Two babies up. I've been in the middle of the process of everything, so I haven't vlogged some of it, but here's basically, I'm going to show you just the pantry, what you have to do. So a lot of times when you come in from the grocery store, you're going to just take the box of whatever and like put it somewhere. So it's got like 2 granola bars left in it, but it's a big box. So I'm literally going through, see also my new Weight Watchers stuff. You see a bunch of just different things, a few things that are expired, and you just go through and clear out what you don't need, what's expired or what's bad, and then I look at boxes, or you know, if I have excess of something, and then I get rid of that. So you see here in snacks, we've got now the Weight Watchers and these little crackers that Ford loves, those organic crackers. Those are organized now. Here in snacks, we've got just different granolas and stuff that I didn't even realize that we had until I, you know, went through and started organizing. And then we've got Kyle's sunflower seeds, and then we've got just nuts and different things in here. But you just have to kind of go through, and even though my spaces are so organized and clean, they build things up to where they can start appearing cluttered again. It just really makes me feel like I'm starting off the new year on the right foot when I go through and get rid of like so many things. I've already done my bathroom. So basically what I did was all of the things that started collecting on my sink, I would put them under the sink in the face or the makeup or different things so that I can keep my countertop clean. I'll show you just the underneath of my sink. And now also I'm going through and I ordered new towels because our towels kind of got dingy looking, and I'm like, now those dingy looking ones need to move upstairs. And then under here is all organized again. I took everything off of the countertop. I left these because I'm using them right now, but everything is cleared, all in the drawers and all under the sink. I'm going through the drawers. So even since the home edit's done it a few months ago, things have built up, like in particular, my t-shirt drawer. So I've got so many t-shirts in here. So what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll look realistically which ones are the ones that I'm actually wearing, and I take out the excess. This is my assistant here, Shepherd. Hi, Mommy. Say, I love my mama, working with my mama. So I start piling up stuff just in this drawer right here. But when I start to do that, I have to go through and like get rid of these boxes, like jewelry boxes and stuff like that, and just kind of like reorganize it. For me, my bedside table is a big one for me, and the bedside drawer. That's funny? It's like right there beside you when you wake up, right there beside you when you go to sleep. And if it's cluttered, it clutters my mind. So I always feel like when I'm decluttering, that's a place I like to start. That and my bathroom. Yeah, because those are places that we're in all the time and we start our days. Right? Yeah. All right, friends. We have made it to the end of the day. As you can see, things are wild. I'm going to show you the closet soon. Motherhood completed. All of the declutter and the reorganization. So I just want to show you guys quickly some of those spaces that I did. So I think when decluttering and kind of getting your spaces back together, it's really good to be realistic about what you can do in a day. So even though I really wanted to finish everything while Kyle was gone on Saturday, I realistically was like, I can do the first floor. So we threw away about 6 trash bags of stuff. We recycled parts of it, threw parts of it away, and it just feels so much better in here. So first we'll start really quickly with the pantry. Obviously we've still got all the home edit containers, so it made it really easy. So this was basically kind of the biggest part, were these sections. So I showed you whenever I was going through and replacing the snacks and stuff. So what's great is if you go through and you do like an overhaul of an organization for a closet or a pantry, you're going to have the spaces to put everything in. And it's critical to have things to organize your items in, and labels. We put the chips and everything in here, threw away the half-used bags, and then, like I said, I'm on WW, so now I've got these WW snacks. Got these organized in here. Everything is back to normal here, and now let me show you the spice cabinet.
Any reason why my Lucky Charms aren't filled? And why they're missing?
Maybe you could tell me that reason. And then we kind of replaced a couple things on this side too. Like we used to have Smart Cups organized in here, but I started keeping the Smart Cups in those tall containers, so the Tupperware containers. So I put bars in this section. So bars and candy. Do you want to grab the gold bar? I don't know how many points it is. I'm going to eat a bird bar.
I want a bird bar.
3 points. Okay, come to the spice cabinet. That's not sponsored. We just really like those. So you know when you're cooking and you're just using all different spices and stuff, you're refilling spices, you're putting them in all different places. So it's good to kind of do an overhaul of even these small spaces. This is actually a great place to start. Don't do the complete his and her closet overhaul or the pantry overhaul. Start in a place like this. So we refilled all of the different spices that were half gone. We threw anything away that was expired. And then we separated this again. So these are all my hot sauces and stuff. These are olive oils and vinegars and stuff. So as you're cooking and stuff, I would just kind of switch them around and get all kind of crazy. So
this is delicious.
Looking good again. Oh yeah, my cousin accidentally ordered 32 of these things and he sent us one. We don't know who sent us this
one. Sauce is good. Yeah, the truffle hot sauce is delicious.
Another thing that gets kind of crazy are drawers. So even though I already had this organized when the home edit did it originally,
especially when you're doing laundry over and over with things that you wear a lot, like white and black t-shirts. This just kind of gets in disarray. So the way that we folded this, it's the Marie Kondo method, where you kind of fold it in thirds and then you roll it up. They say to do it like this because you can see all the items. So if you're like me, you stack, you just use like the first 3 things in a stack of 15, whether it's jeans or t-shirts or whatever. With this, I can see all of them as soon as I open my drawer. So that's something that's a little tip, a pro tip if you're organizing. Reorganize some of this too. That was just kind of getting wonky. And then I've got dividers in the drawers with like the leggings, all my workout stuff. Same thing, you can see everything. We went through and we redid the sports bras and the colored leggings. Underwear and bras and stuff like that. We've got divided.
How many drawers does your husband have out of that 9?
Well, his drawer is this one and it's not organized.
Now that looks organized somewhat.
Right, this was one of my priorities, and I think another great place to start. So I just kept throwing stuff in here, So I went through and I did this in like 5 minutes. So this isn't completely like organized crazy, but it's organized enough for me to feel good and like I kind of got it all together. Now I will maybe get some acrylic just dividers and maybe some different containers to use in this space, but this looks so much better. It's like night and day. I showed you guys that before. So same thing in my closet, because we have all of the bins and the shoe dividers, it made it pretty easy. But what we have to do in my closet, which is what probably a lot of you guys have to do, you don't want your stuff jam-packed in there. It's too hard to see the items that you have. It's hard when you get things to put things back in, and I think it just leads to more declutter and disorganization. So what we did, the things that I haven't worn in like a year, we took to the upstairs closet. So that's one thing that we went through here. We got a lot of items out. We reorganized a lot of the shoes. This stuff stays pretty organized. Same thing with the dresses. Anything that I felt like was like holiday or something that was maternity or something like that. We have a maternity bin. I have an overflow workout bin. I have a closet sale bin. And one more like large, big container store bin that we brought up to the attic. And I just feel like it feels a lot more decluttered in here, even though it still looks like there's a lot going on in here. And then lastly, I'll just show you this really quickly. What I always do is I take the makeup that I'm not using and I put it in here so that my makeup bag doesn't get too crazy and overflowy. And then we got face, hair, body. I've got full videos on how we did these entire spaces, but today we're talking about decluttering and reorganizing spaces. And it can give you a little bit of inspo if you want to do your own spaces. So there we go. I feel like going into 2020, it's just so great if you can declutter your life and feel just a lot more free, because clarity, I feel like, is critical when achieving your goals. And for me, I cannot have clarity when there is a mess. A mess to me brings stress. I did not plan that out. Happy New Year!